Let's learn about the two major tools used for grading, cut and fill. You'll remember that site grading is kind of a land sculpture, all right? We're moving the earth around in order to achieve your three-dimensional results. How do we do that? We use cut and fill. One of the most common tasks in site grading is to create a level pad, all right? And that's because buildings and many other activities require a flat and level pad to sit on. So in this discussion of cut and fill, all right, we're going to use that task to illustrate these tools. All right, so to make an area level, you're going to use one of the following ways. You're going to cut into the slope, all right, and that's shown up here. You're going to fill out from the slope, or you're going to do some kind of combination of cut or fill. Of course, you can build a building on a slope, all right, using retaining walls or stilts. We're going to skip that in this course, all right, because we're a course on site grading. So what does it mean to cut? A cut-only grading solution is going to take away earth from your site until a flat pad is created, all right? And that'll provide a level area. Let's come to our sand table for a demonstration. Starting with cut, right? What I've got here is I've created a slope and it's coming from a high on the left to a low on the right, at least my right. All right, and we're wanting to create a level pad right in here. How are we going to do it with cuts? Well, you would kind of slide in here and cut away at the slope, removing the soil, right, until you have a flat and level area. I've got a pretty small one right in here, right, for our building to be built. Notice that we end up with a space. This is our flat level area right here. We end up with a space that has a steep slope, kind of uphill of it, and a slightly less steep slope or slightly lower slope on each side of it. All right, and that's characteristic of this cut, all right, landform. Also notice, all right, you have to remove soil for a cut project, all right, and this soil has to be trucked away and disposed of, whether on this particular site or somewhere else. So then what's fill? A fill-only grading solution is simply going to add earth until you create that flat pad. It's basically the opposite of cutting. So taking a look at our diagram, you can see here is the existing grade right here, and we're going to add this area of earth. We're just going to add this dirt right here until you create this level pad. Let's try it again, this time using fill. All right, so starting, erase, starting with a flat level slope, all right, let's get that all nice. Starting with a flat level slope, again, it's higher on the left, lower on the right. What we have to do is bring in soil, all right, and using this fabulous dump truck technique, all right, we're going to create a flat level area right here, right, by adding soil. Notice that when we use fill, all right, what you end up with is a steeper slope, right, on the downhill side of your flat level area, and then a smaller, right, slope on each of kind of the left and the right of it. Okay. Also notice we had to bring in soil, all right, and so there's the additional cost of trucking that in, right? Now it turns out that you can combine these two methods, cut and fill. It's actually a really good idea. All right, so the best practice is to balance cut and fill, right? Meaning the amount of cut is approximately equal to your fill, right? And here's what it looks like on the diagram. Here's our existing slope coming down here. And we scooped away, we cut some of this soil and filled it in down in this area. And you created this level pad. Let's try our third option, which is a combo cut and fill. So erase, get our slope back. And with a combo cut and fill, what you do is cut some of the soil and move it downhill, all right, and reshape it. So some of it has been cut, and then you use that cut soil, right? Hopefully balance the amounts to fill in below. So characteristic, of a cut and fill is very similar to a cut. You have a steeper slope behind it, but also similar to a fill, you have a steeper slope on the downhill side as well. It should be less, however, less of a slope than either an all cut or an all fill solution. Also notice if you are able to balance it out correctly, or if that's even possible. I didn't have to bring in soil or take it away, right? And so a balanced cut and fill is often the least expensive or most economical grading solution.